Prosecutors now confirm a security guard will not be facing criminal charges in the deadly shooting outside a Southfield lounge. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Rudol Sinaida. Alexandra Fields died and another woman was injured in the shooting outside Bloom Lounge. 7 News Detroit reporter Carly Petrus explains the decision not to file charges in this case.
The fatal shooting happened right here in this parking lot, right outside Bloom Lounge in Southfield. Now, police are releasing new details about what led up to the violence and a decision from the prosecutor's office.
The Oakland County Prosecutor's Office determined that no criminal charges will be issued against the security guard involved in this incident.
A decision from prosecutors as Southfield Police Chief Elvin Barron and his detectives wrap up their investigation into a weekend shooting that killed 33-year-old Alexandra Fields and sent her close friend to the hospital.
Our thoughts are with the families, loved ones, and community members affected by this incident.
The tragedy happened early Saturday around 2:35 a.m. in the parking lot of Bloom Lounge. Chief Barron outlining what their investigation revealed, saying it began with a physical fight between a couple.
The decedent's sister and her sister's husband were engaged in a physical dispute, during which time the sister sustained a head injury. The situation escalated when the decedent became engaged in a physical altercation with her brother-in-law. That conversation then shifted to a physical fight between the decedent and her brother-in-law's sister.
Police say Bloom Security responded to the disturbance in the parking lot and began assisting the woman with the head injury. That's when they say Fields pulled out a weapon on the security guard.
The security guard drew his firearm and instructed her to back away. He then determined the object was a wrench and attempted to reholster his weapon. The decedent dropped the wrench, continued toward the security guard, and removed a handgun.
Witnesses reported Fields was just 1 to 2 feet away when she raised her gun. The security guard then fired, striking her 6 times.
The second woman, who was injured earlier during the physical altercation, was inadvertently struck in the leg by gunfire.
Barron says the guns were legally registered to both the security guard, whose gun is seen here on the left, and Fields, her firearm is on the right.
Man, so young lady lost a life in a whole domestic dispute. Sure, alcohol was involved, but um, very very sad because if you went and upped the weapon on the security guard had already had his weapon drawn on you when you had the wrench in your hand, but you put it down, and then you go up a gun on the security guard. The security guard wants to go home, sadly, and he end up shooting you 6 times. Let me just hear this again though. Let me hear this again.
By gunfire.
Barron says the guns were legally registered to both the security guard, whose gun is seen here on the left, and Fields, her firearm is on the right.
Yeah, so they both legally own those firearms. But if you took any type of firearm training or any type of firearm safety course, man, you know that you don't just up a gun on anybody unless you're gonna use it. And I'm not sure she just upped the gun on him and didn't think he was gonna do anything. But again, these people work security. They put themselves in dangerous situations in order to protect the establishment that they're securing for the night. And he ended up, shooting her. So very very sad because the person who shot, she's the sister of the first lady that was injured, and she even got shot with an inadvertent bullet, and it all started from, of course, the husband and wife having a domestic dispute, and the sister jumped in, after the wife sustained a head injury. The sister definitely stepped in to defend her sister against the brother-in-law. And then the brother-in-law, his sister was there, so she stepped in, and things just escalated from there, which is it's something. Again, they I mean, it's hindsight is just a mug, man. You can sit here and say, man, they should have did this, they should have did that, but everything that happened, man, it was really destined to happen. But it's just like you got to know when to take family issues or domestic issues like that, and you may want to take those to like somewhere private or somewhere, like towards not not on private property. You know, you're a patron of that establishment, but at the end of the day, you know, you don't own that establishment. So, you know, and that establishment has security. So the security came out, you know, as they were saying, to help the woman who had fell and sustained the head injury. And then, you know, the sister was still so hyped up, but the adrenaline pumping that, you know, everything just, you know, just escalated to the point that you know, it just couldn't be de-escalated once she pulled her gun. And maybe she felt a certain type of way because the security officer pulled this gun and the only thing she had in her hand was a wrench. But, you know, a lot of people have opinions and never been in the position of doing security, you know, or maybe even had a conversation with people who do security. And, you know, they know how dangerous it is to do that job. And, you know, it's you can't make any mistakes because making one mistake could mean your life. So, you know, it seems like they're not going to press any charges on this whole situation. And, you know, if anything else comes out, you know, it'd be interesting to see what else is said or, you know, what any updates on this whole thing.
Earlier this week, 7 News Detroit spoke with nearby residents who say Bloom Lounge has become a problem.
It's a disturbance over there. The club has become very disruptive.
Chief Barron says next steps include talking to those residents as well as the owners of the lounge.
To address some of the concerns associated with this incident and then just the nature of, bars and restaurants as a whole.
In Southfield, Carly Petrus, 7 News.
Yeah, so, you know, this is not the type of, you know, publicity or wanting to be in the news, you know, for any type of nightclub or event or anywhere that, you know, sells alcohol or anything like that or has large gatherings. Definitely not the type of news that you want to be involved in because then they start questioning whether or not you should even be in this area. And if you got a lot of residents saying that, you know, your business is starting to be a nuisance to their community, it's not going to look good for you. Or, you know, it may not end well as far as you being able to continue to do business. But again, in the comments, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. If there's more to the story and, you know, someone may know, you know, just let me know and you know, we'll come back and do another update as far as this whole situation. Make sure you like the video, put it in the algorithm, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.